G'day, I'm Glenn Morris from the Smart Energy Lab, and I'm here today at the Smart Energy Council's Conference and Expo in Sydney with Phil Crotty from LG Chem.
Great to see you, Glenn.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, lovely to see the black.
We've known each other a long time.
We have.
And we're cuzzy bros.
Yes, we are. We are. Both expat Kiwis.
That's right. Yeah, Kiwis rolling. So, your title is General Manager or Managing Director?
Managing Director of LG Energy Solutions.
Right, okay, it's the full name. Yep.
That's the full name, yes.
Now, I mean, there is an elephant in the room, and we should start with the elephant. It's been a big project, the recall. How's it been going?
Oh, look, it's been going quite well. We've eliminated just under 80% of the risk. That's changing every day. So, we have a lot to be thankful for with the cooperation of the installer network. And, we're progressing along as fast as we can. We're aiming to have it completed by the end of the year. And one thing just a message to all installers that if you haven't contacted us, please do. Please contact us if you've ever installed a residue battery, even if you've seen one in somebody's house. Let us know so we can be sure that we capture all the batteries that we need to replace.
Even better, get it down on your knees and take a picture of the serial number.
Yes.
And send it to you.
Yes, we do have an app. Yeah, so in fact you can do it with an app and potentially win prizes and have a cash payment for that as well. So,
that's cool.
But, yes, we'll make sure that installers who help us with the recall are paid for their time.
Yep.
And yes, we just want to get it all done and dusted as quickly as we can.
Let's just go back a little bit. So what initiated a recall?
Well, we had some reports of thermal failures from the field. So we immediately notified the ACCC. That was in late 2020. We worked through root cause identification, which we finalised in June 2021. And we recalled all of our production from May 2017 to September 2018. And it was a process issue which we had identified. And we also found that we'd already corrected that issue absolutely and completely by July 2019, though most of it was in place by the end of the replacement recall range. And that's why we also have a diagnostic software update, which we've also positioned as a recall, which is either side of that replacement recall range.
So I believe you've got some very sophisticated diagnostics that can detect this problem.
Yes, they can detect preconditions.
Yep.
With plenty of warning time. And if those preconditions exist for a potential failure in the future, it'll shut the battery down. And of course, we'll just then go out and replace the battery.
Right. Okay, so since, 2018, you rectified that manufacturing problem. I presume it was manufacturing?
Yes, it was manufacturing process issues.
Since then, how many have you identified that have thermal problems?
So the number with thermal problems, we don't necessarily know, because if there's doubt, we just replace it, we scrap it, recycle it. So if we go beyond the risk range, zero risk range, which ends in June 2019, then we've produced just over 500,000 batteries since then without any thermal incident.
500,000?
500,000.
Without any problems?
That's right.
Okay, this feels like a clean slate to me.
Yes, yes.
Let's not just, it's all good now, it's actually all good now.
Yes, it has been since 2019.
Wow. So what have you learned?
Oh, we've learned a number of things. Firstly, it's really important to have a really good and engaged installer network. There are a number of other things that we've discovered that we've made in policy recommendations, so we can see some improvements in policy that could be made to let recalls run more smoothly. I'm going to be talking about those tomorrow as part of the lithium battery safety presentation as well, in a bit more detail. But particularly, we think there should be really good information gathering from fire services about all lithium battery fires, which is very hard to get data on this at the moment, and that data should be made available to regulators and an expert advisory committee to advise regulators of any actions that might be required.
I mean, my understanding is that a lot of these so-called battery fires are actually consumer products.
I believe the vast majority are. I think 12% of battery fires over a certain period, which ACCC mentioned in their battery issues paper, were home energy systems.
Yeah, yeah.
Ones that are reported to them.
The ones that are reported, that's right.
Yes.
So the ones that didn't burn the house down, they just kind of sizzled in the bedroom and they threw it out the window.
Well, actually, the trigger for reporting a battery fire to the ACCC is if there's been serious personal injury.
Right.
There haven't been with any of the incidents that we had, but it's not compulsory to report it otherwise.
Yeah.
Which is why we think that they should be able to understand what's happening out there in the broader market.
Yeah. So my understanding is that for consumer electronics, the IEC sort of safety requirement really only addresses the cell level safety, not the whole battery system. So the BMS, which manages it. Whereas in our industry, when it comes to energy storage, we've got to meet the much higher safety requirements of IEC 62619 or UL 1973, which means that the BMS and the cells have to achieve a certain level of safety. So in many ways, your hoverboard and your scooter are incredibly dangerous compared to a home energy storage system.
Does appear to be the case. And, with UL 1973, there's a design requirement that you can contain a fire for an X period of time as well, so that it doesn't spread. Of course, we have AS 5139 as an installation standard as well, which means that if you do have a fire, the house is more protected. But yes, we're not widely involved in the wider lithium battery market, but it does appear there are some problems there which regulators need to consider.
I've read UL 1973, and the fire test, I often quote it, it's so extreme. You put the battery system in a pool of hydrocarbon, i.e. petrol, and set fire to it for 20 minutes.
Yes.
Then extinguish it and leave it for 24 hours, and it should still be safe.
Yes.
Now, there wouldn't be many consumer electronics products that could withstand that level of abuse.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. And the other thing is to induce a thermal runaway inside the battery.
Yeah.
And then demonstrate that you can contain that.
Yeah.
To just smoke issuing from the battery and not flames.
Let's take a complete change of topic.
Yes.
So we've dealt with the elephant in the room. So in terms of product, I mean, LG has been a leader in energy storage for a long time. You've had the Resu series and the low voltage and the high voltage and the rack mount, and you've introduced the Prime.
That's right. So the Prime product comes in two sizes, 10 kilowatt hour and 16 kilowatt hour usable. So they're our sort of flagship products at the moment. They're compatible with the excellent GE inverter.
So they're a high voltage battery.
They're a high voltage battery, yep. And they work with the GE hybrid, which is an inverter that we like very much. And we're also exploring further compatibilities with that. So that's our new product. And then we have a very proven, I'd say, sort of Holden Ute of the range, which is the low voltage range, which are very inexpensive, high-performing batteries, and they actually contain the cell, which I mentioned, that we've made more than 500,000 of those batteries globally. I think it's 13 million cells. So that's additional to the Prime technology as well. But we're still very confident and happy in getting good results with the LV battery, which is, like I say, it's just so proven, so safe and so stable, and offers really good value.
And you've got an inverter, I see, on the wall behind me.
Yes. So we took the step of having a co-branded inverter with a supported warranty. So we wanted to be able to eliminate the sometimes installer issue that the inverter company says, it must be a battery problem, the battery must be an inverter problem if you have a service issue. And so we've eliminated that by aligning the warranty, so they both have a 10-year warranty, single point of service contact. And then, of course, for the branding, when you're selling to a consumer, they often want to be able to recognise the brand, and when they know it's our inverter and our battery, there's a high degree of trust there as well.
Right. So you've got the residential market with the Resu and the Prime. What about the C&I market?
C&I market we're expanding into again. So we've had a really large demand from North America and Europe, but particularly North America, which has really sort of had interfered with our ability to supply the Australian market. So we're just re-engaging with that market at the moment, and we have a couple of very good system integrator partners there who've used our product for a long time, and so they've, they're expanding with us, and we're expanding with them.
Are we talking the rack mount?
We're talking about a rack mount battery, but we're talking about that supplied in high voltage racks.
So you can do high voltage with the rack mount?
Yes, yes.
It's not the M48, it's a different
Not the M48.
Yeah.
So we do have a replacement for the M48, which will be released later this year. And
The M49.
Yeah, so we'll let you know when that replacement product is available. And that's really be aimed at smaller off-grid 48-volt systems.
Yep.
But we're continuing the CNI market with the high voltage rack systems.
Yeah, cool. Well, thanks very much, Phil.
Absolute pleasure. Okay, thank you.